Hi there, as usual it's me, Just a Voiceover, and you're watching Review Machines. Today I have for review the newest quad, Motoland Wildtrak. The matter is, this model is extremely popular this season. There is even some queue for them. The point is that this quad has quite decent specs, and the most important, it's cheap. We'll speak later about the prices, and now let's prepare this quad for the review. We are going to put it in the hardest test today. But first of all, as usual, we will learn some details about the construction and how it's built. Let's begin. One of the most notable things in this quad is how it looks. The exterior is very successful to my mind. It looks luxurious, so luxurious that I even decided to dress up a bit and change my outfit to match this beautifully looking quad. Well, maybe not the best outfit for ATV testing, but I'll try to do it neatly, everything will be alright. Speaking about the exterior of the quad, I should mention that the quad is made in China, it's clear. Most often Chinese quads are too bright and made just with a bad taste, but not in this case. This quad is definitely bright, but to my mind the whole look is quite stylish. We see here a good work of a designer. It's hard to say at the first glance that it's a cheap quad, but when we look closer at it, we see that some titles are far from being reserved. RS8 Turbo. Well, and where is a turbocharger here? Probably this one. As I've already said, this quad is called Wildtrak. It's equipped with 200cc engine, 10 HP power. It works together with CVT transmission. As I said, the quad is quite cheap. That is why it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. There is a chain drive. The sprocket is covered with a plastic plate. There are hydraulic disc brakes. The engine is equipped with both manual and electric starter. Let's get it started. Now manual starter. The sound of the engine is very smooth and pleasant. Besides, it's rather quiet, especially when idle running. But when you push a throttle, the sound is loud. But anyway, it's still pleasant for such a small engine. The CVT works pretty good. It's so easy to shift the gears. As to the suspension system, there is one spring at the rear and independent suspension at the front. It's quite tough, but anyway it works as we can see. There are frunk and trunk, and they are not plastic, it's just a cover. They are made of a steel tube. The same thing with the front bumper. Under plastic cover there is a steel tube. But I didn't like the position of an oil radiator. It would be easy to damage it in this place. And these are not real bad locks, they are a fake, to make the whole look more serious. The headlamps are pretty good, they are very powerful. The handlebar is standard, there are hand covers. The display is big and bright, with all the necessary info. The quad comes complete with an alarm system, besides it helps to find the quad in the forest. Moreover, there is a distance starting system, let's try it. Well, I should say the very first impressions is rather good. Decent paint and build quality. I don't know if it's reliable, it's a matter of time. But now let's see what this quad can show us in practice. Let's go. Firstly, we test our quad on asphalt. When you push the throttle, the quad accelerates pretty fast. Well, pretty swiftly, but do not expect much of it. 200cc engine is definitely not a dragster. Besides, with a full throttle, the engine sounds is loud and not as pleasant as when idle running, and that irritates me slightly, cause I got used to noiseless electric vehicles. The handling is fine, it goes smooth, the steering is predictable, I can't say anything bad about it, and the brakes works perfectly, it stops literally on the spot. Now let's check the maximum speed. I could reach 57 km per hour, but it's new, so after some time it will be more. Well, I think it's enough of riding on asphalt. Let's move to some more interesting routes. Now we are moving on a forest road, and such quad is definitely cut out for such conditions. I'm really enjoying it now. But the quad would be perfect if it had slightly more powerful engine. In general, it's enough power now, but I have to push the throttle all the time to provide proper traction. That is why the engine mostly works on high RPM. By the way, as a matter of fact, it's really possible for two people to sit here. All day long we moved on this quad together with my colleague. A bit tight, of course, but if you need, it's possible. As to the suspension, it works pretty well. A bit tight maybe, and the travel are not too long, but it's pretty well for such a cheap quad. Though it's not recommended to move across serious roughness and do some jumps, but for the most cases that will do. By the way, it becomes much softer when two people sitting on the quad. And speaking about the bottom protection, probably it's not durable enough, cause I managed to break it through with this lug. And as to the rear off-roading, well, it's not reasonable to go off-roading hard on a rear-wheel drive ATV, but it's not also reasonable to put on a suit riding a quad, is it? So let's have a fun. Well, we've reached the nearest swampy spot. Usually we ride here only on all-wheel drive vehicles, and it definitely would be quite a job for our rear-drive quad. We'll see it now. I overcame first meters quite successfully, but then the tire tread got soiled, and there was not enough traction anymore. Well, it seems it's my turn now. A serious advantage of the quad is the lightweight. It weighs 155 kilos, so it's possible to get out from any trap on your own. So yes, it's not very capable on hard off-roading, but you may always help it with your own strength. It was quite a job, but after all, we got over it. Well done. But I just slightly soiled my nice suit. What a pity. To be serious, it's a light, small and maneuverable quad, and it's almost always possible to pass any mud trap on this quad. Now I'm getting over the same spot, but not cutting my way through the hardest dirt, but passing it sideways. As a result, I even didn't get stuck. Well, to sum up all this, now I know why these quads are very popular. They look nice, they are light and swift, but most important, they are cheap. Speaking about the price, it's about $2,500. Thanks for having a ride with us, my friends. Please consider subscribing the channel if you like this video. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.